Hey, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all about gentle skincare, sometimes self-care, and today we're talking 2024 skincare trend predictions. Welcome to 2024. Are you ready for this? I may not be, but here we are. Today I want to share with you some of my ideas of what I think are going to be really hot trends in the skincare space for this year. So if you're ready to find out the new next big thing for this year, give the video a big thumbs up and let's get started. So my first prediction is that peptides are going to be the biggest ingredient of 2024. You've already seen them gaining popularity over the last year. I mean, they've always been really popular and have really captured the imagination of skincare enthusiasts around the world. But I think that they really came into the mainstream in 2023, and there's been a ton of discussion, especially around copper peptide. But I really predict that in 2024 that the peptide popularity is going to explode. And I think we're going to be seeing a lot of new peptide products hit the market this year, not just with copper peptide, although I do predict that that is still going to be probably the most popular peptide going forward. I'm really imagining a lot of new products coming out that are going to be direct competitors to The Ordinary's lineup of peptides because quite honestly, they have really cornered the market when it comes to peptide serums, don't you think? I mean, they really have some of the best ones and the most accessible ones out there, but I think that this is going to be the year where more brands get in on the game, and we're going to see that from all price points, all formulations and quality. I think we're going to see a lot of different competitors enter the market with their peptide formulations, which I think is a goodie because I'm a really big fan of peptides. However, I do believe there's going to be an influx of shady marketing around all of these new peptide products, and I really do think that marketers are going to take advantage of the common skincare consumer's idea that peptides equal anti-aging. And I think that that has been a common misconception for a really long time because that's how it's been marketed to us, right? But if you dive a little bit deeper into peptides, and I talk about this all the time on my channel, is that peptides are a class of ingredients. So they actually have many different functions, and they're not all for anti-aging, and they don't all treat fine lines and wrinkles, and they don't all stimulate collagen. The class of ingredients is so big, it's so wide, and there's new ones being added all the time with all different types of benefits. So I think that it's going to be a goodie that we're going to see more peptide products hit the market this year, but I think it's going to be a baddie because the marketing is going to be used against us to say that all of these products have the ability to do a lot of things that they probably can't do. And so I know I'm going to be stepping up my peptide education content here in my channel so that we can really break down what each peptide does in a formula so we can really be informed on that, and we can maybe push the marketing aside because I am really going to challenge everybody to challenge the marketing that they're seeing around peptides. Some of it will be true and honest. Some of it's going to be a little bit shady. Some of it's going to fall somewhere in the middle, but it's really important to really get familiar with the peptides that intrigue you, that have the benefits that you're looking for, and seek those out in your products instead of just following the marketing around peptides because, like I always say, they all do different things, and it's really important to understand that and not let the marketing get the best of us. My next trend prediction is multi-purpose products. And this is actually really an evolution of one of my predictions from last year, which was, again, more of the one-step types of products that give us many more benefits. I think that instead of the products really promising us like a one-step, like a serum and a lotion and a toner all in one product, I think we're going to really start to see products that really claim multiple benefits in one product, maybe not necessarily replacing steps, but giving us more than just one benefit and more than just one star ingredient. They're going to be more complex, sophisticated formulas, multi-layered formulas that do more for your skin in one bottle. I think the single ingredient trend has been so hot for many years, and it has been helpful, but I think at this point in 2024, many of us are very overwhelmed overwhelmed with skincare. There's so many new products coming out. There's so many like hype ingredients that you have to have, right? And I think that we are overwhelmed. We have one face and we only have so much time in order to complete our skincare every single day. And we know the most important thing is to be consistent with it. But when you burn out and get overwhelmed with skincare, you don't want to do any of it. So I think that we're going to start to see more products that address that emotion and that feeling and that issue within skincare, where you want to achieve brightening, anti-aging, barrier care, pore care, maybe acne care, all in one. And you don't want 4 or 5 separate products to address all of those needs, and where we get confused and overwhelmed. So I think we're going to see a lot more multi-benefit types of products hitting the market, serums with more complex formulas that really do give more than just one benefit. So I think that we're going to be out with the individual hyaluronic acid, individual vitamin C, individual niacinamide, and we're going to start looking at products that have all of the ingredients that can address those types of needs in one bottle instead of multiple bottles that start to confuse and overwhelm us. My third prediction is we're going to start to see more marketing around the term vegan. This is already super duper popular, and everywhere I turn, everything is claiming itself to be vegan. I mean, we're starting to get into that era. Remember when everything was gluten-free and there was even like grapes that were labeled gluten-free grapes? It's like they were always gluten-free to begin with. This is kind of ridiculous, right? I think that we're getting into that territory with the vegan marketing, which I think is just an evolution of the cruelty-free marketing that we've seen over the last 5 or so years. But I think we're going to see vegan marketing 2.0 in 2024, and I'm starting to see this in the K-beauty world already. Not only are the products claiming that they are just vegan as is in the ingredients list, you're going to see specific ingredient call outs using vegan substitutes. I'm seeing this a lot with the milk and cream types of products in K-beauty. They'll say it's a cream toner, but the cream is a vegan cream, and they're using a complex of milks from oat and soy and rice. And so they're really calling out the fact that there's no dairy in the cream or in the milk. And those probably would never have been in the product ever to begin with, right? We don't want to be refrigerating our skincare, but you're going to start to see that type of thought process in the marketing. It's not just going to claim to be cruelty-free or claim to be vegan, but they're going to specifically call out how they've used substitutes to really push home the fact that this is a vegan product. My fourth trend prediction is going to be a quiet shift away from niacinamide. Now, back in my 2023 trend prediction video, I told you this was going to be the year of niacinamide, and I think I wasn't wrong on that trend prediction. I do think that it did come true. There was a really big focus on niacinamide and retinol, really. Those were the 2 big ingredients of last year, but I think that there has been quite a backlash to niacinamide within the skincare consumer community. A lot of people are really starting to speak up and become vocal about the fact that niacinamide is irritating their skin. And that may be due to individual sensitivities to the ingredient, but it could also be due to niacinamide overload in skincare, because as you've noticed, it's slowly creeped into every single formulation possible. It's in toners, it's in essences, it's in serums, it's in moisturizers, it's in oils, it's in everything, right? You are more likely to scan the ingredients list and find niacinamide on there than you are not to find it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just become so common. And so when we're using these multi-layered, multi-step, multi-product routines, we're layering on a lot more niacinamide than we might be aware of, and that could be causing irritation and sensitivity on the skin. And so a lot more people are really starting to speak up about that, and even I have started to make content really highlighting the products that don't contain this ingredient, because it is becoming a growing issue for some folks out there. And so I do believe that niacinamide is still going to be in a lot of products. I still believe that there's going to be new niacinamide focused products coming out in 2024. I don't think that the love or the hype around the ingredient is going to go away, but what I am predicting is a quiet shift away from it. I think we're going to see a lot more new releases from skincare brands that are going to be quietly niacinamide free. I don't think that they're going to shout it from the rooftops or put it on the front label that the product does not contain niacinamide, but I do think that the newer formulations going forward are, if the niacinamide is not necessary, or if they can achieve whatever they were using the niacinamide for, if they can achieve that benefit with an alternative ingredient, I think formulators are going to choose to do that because this is a growing issue in the skincare community. Now, shifting away from niacinamide, I do still think that there's going to be a big focus on pore care in 2024. This is one of the biggest things that people want to solve in skincare, is how to refine their pores, how to smooth texture on their skin. And oftentimes the solution to that has always been touted as use niacinamide, right? And I do think it's a great ingredient for that. But like I said, there's going to be a quiet, I think, shift from niacinamide. But I don't think that the focus on pore care is going to go away. In fact, I think we're going to see a lot more products that are going to address taking care of your pores, cleaning them out, smoothing them, refining them, taking care of texture, because this is a smaller prediction, maybe more on the cosmetic, beauty, makeup side of the industry. But I think that we are going to start to see just the inklings. I think it might be much bigger in 2025, but I think we're going to see the start of the trend of matte skin in makeup products, especially in 2024. I think there's going to start to be a shift away from dew and glass skin and shiny finishes with the skin. And when we move more towards matte in our base products and our skin products, that can really make your pores look a lot more big, enlarged. It can really enhance texture. So I think that we're going to see a big focus still on pore care. I think that's why niacinamide is still going to be a big ingredient. And I think that we're going to start to see maybe a little bit more of a trend towards matte base makeup. And so definitely taking care of your pores is going to be the first step to making that trend look good. My fifth trend prediction is retinol alternatives. 2023 was definitely the year of retinol, and I did predict that in my 2023 trend video. I think that that was a trend that was definitely came true. We saw retinol is in everything now. It is in face creams, eye creams, body creams. It is in everything. And I think that that is going to, again, continue to still be a theme of the industry in 2024. But I also think that we're going to start to see the rise of alternatives to retinol, because many people who have tried all of these retinol products may or may not have loved the side effects of retinol. As you know, it can be kind of an aggressive ingredient, kind of drying, maybe slightly irritating. It's an ingredient that's easy to overuse and to push your skin barrier too far. And so I think that we're going to see the rise of alternatives, ingredients and products that claim to have retinol-like benefits without the side effects. And we're going to see this trend come forward in a lot of different ways. One way that we're already starting to see that take place is with all of the vitamin C derivatives out there. Have you noticed that there's been an uptick in vitamin C products that don't use ascorbic acid, but they're using those vitamin C derivatives, which have to take an extra step to convert on the skin. And so they do tend to be a lot more gentler on the skin. They don't quite have the side effects of vitamin C, but they do still have those collagen stimulating benefits, the brightening benefits, and the antioxidant benefits of pure ascorbic acid. But those are also some similar types of benefits that you also get with retinol. So I think that we're going to start to see some of these vitamin C derivative products being touted as potential alternatives to retinol products. But I also think we're going to see the resurgence of bakuchiol. Bakuchiol became a really hot topic in the skincare community back in about 2018, 2019, when it was first started to being touted as a phytoretinol or a retinol alternative. Bakuchiol is its own separate thing, but it has retinol-like benefits. It can stimulate collagen. It's actually really great if you do have acne prone skin, because it can help with the congestion, with the inflammation, with the bacteria. It's a brightening ingredient. It has a lot of similar benefits like retinol, but it doesn't have the drying, aggressive side effects that come with retinol. So I think that we're going to start to see more bakuchiol products hitting the market. I think we're going to see more marketing around the ingredient bakuchiol. It was super big a few years ago. I feel like it fizzled out a little bit. It never went away, but the hype around it fizzled. I think we're going to see more hype around this ingredient again. And then, of course, peptides. I think that's why we're seeing the rise of copper peptide recently, because it is a collagen stimulating peptide. It can help with well-aging concerns, right? Fine lines and wrinkles. And I think that it is often touted as an alternative to retinoids. I think it's also a really great ingredient to use in addition to retinol. But I think that those are the types of ingredients that we're going to see really rise in popularity, that are really going to be driving a lot of the new product releases this year. Whether it's explicitly stated or not, I think that these products are going to be presented or used as an alternative to retinol, because once something gets so popular, there will always be a turn against it, right? It will always happen. And I think we're getting completely to the peak of the retinol craze. And so we're going to start to see the other alternatives, or that turn away from retinol, start to happen in 2024. And my sixth prediction is that there's going to be more interest in procedures and at-home devices. I think the natural evolution of the mainstreamification of skincare, which we've seen over the last 5 years, as more people get into skincare and get more deeply into skincare and build out more elaborate skincare routines, I think a lot of people are starting to find that their skincare routine, that, you know, the products that they've bought at the drugstore, Ulta, Sephora, online, whatever, the routines that they've built for themselves have gotten their skin from here to here, but they still have goals to go here, and their routines and the products that they're using at home just can't get them to that next level. And I think that as more dermfluencers enter the space, dermatologists, influencers, content creators, the professionals who administer these types of procedures like microneedling and laser, as they all start to create more content, I think that we have more information about what these procedures are, the fact that they're available, what they can treat. I think that information takes down a barrier for a lot of folks. And I think that it makes the procedure seem a lot more normalized. And I think that it makes them a lot less scary, a lot more approachable. And for some, it might be more accessible for them too. So as all of that becomes more normalized, I think that we're going to start to see more people who are going to be going in for these types of treatments and procedures from professionals on a more regular basis as a complement to the rest of their skincare routine, to take them from here to there for different types of concerns like sun damage, melasma, fine lines and wrinkles, skin firmness. I also think that there's going to be even more interest in at-home devices. Again, this is not going to hit us like a revelation all of a sudden in 2024. These are trends that have been building over the years, but I think that it is really going to start to reach its peak in 2024, especially red light masks. I see these everywhere I go, and so many people are talking about them, considering them, trying to figure out what's the best one. There's a lot more interest in red light now than there was 5 years ago when I first got my first red light device, and it was fairly a new concept to me at the time. Not many people were talking about it. It kind of started, it started in a lot of different places. I'm not saying that K-Beauty invented red light, but I'm saying it started to take off more of a mainstream popularity in Korea first. But I think that it has definitely hit the mainstream now. And I think more people are going to be looking for those, Black Friday discounts on their Omnilux and their current body masks. They're going to be asking for them for Christmases and birthdays. I think a lot more people are going to be interested in making that investment in at-home devices. I think microcurrent is another one that is really picking up in popularity now as well. And so really the point of this trend prediction is that the idea that our skincare, normal everyday serums and essences and everything are only going to get us to here. And I think there's going to be more interest in the products, procedures, and treatments that promise to take us here. So I'm curious, what are your trend predictions for the skincare world in 2024? Let me know in the comments below. If you love this video and you want to get more skincare content on your feed from me in 2024, don't forget to hit subscribe and come join our community. And hey, don't forget to turn on notifications, because I'm super active here on YouTube every single week. I release full-length videos, I do shorts, I have a skincare video podcast, I sometimes go live. So you never know what is going to hit your feed, turn on notifications so you're never out of the loop. I hope you are healthy, happy, and safe in this new 2024 year, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. I'll talk to you soon.